Hey there, my name's Paul Murphy. If you're looking to make money online, then you're definitely in the right place. Now, in this video, we're going to be looking at strategies for affiliate marketing for beginners, and specifically why Facebook is a waste of time when you're getting started. So if you've done a little bit of marketing, or maybe you're just getting started with affiliate marketing, or maybe you've tried something else and you're moving over to affiliate marketing, then you maybe have come up against some roadblocks with Facebook. Now, there's two ways to go about Facebook. You're either going to try and figure it out yourself, and it's pretty complicated, but then you know there's the other option, obviously, to go and hire an agency. Now, most of the agencies out there have a churn rate of 3 months, and they'll hold their hands up and actually tell you that that is actually the case. And it's not because they're not any good, okay? Facebook is still one of the most powerful ways that you can grow your business. But generally speaking, if you're going to come into Facebook, you need a budget, quite a large budget, because there's a little bit of data that the Facebook uses called a Facebook pixel that they put on all your marketing that actually learns where all your customers are. And they can't get that data straight away. They need to actually season this pixel to get this data. Okay, and there's a way that we can season this pixel. We can use some of our profits that we've already made from free ads, and then we can move on to Facebook. In fact, you'll see here, in the last 10 years, I've spent less than $10,000 on ads. In the last 6 months, we've made over $1 million, and we only ever use Facebook for retargeting and creating what is known as lookalike audience, which is we upload our buyers list and Facebook goes and says, okay, I know who those buyers are. I'm going to create people that I'm actually going to go and find you people that look like that audience. And by gathering all this data for free and actually gathering sales and money so that we can go over to Facebook, then we can set the game up to win. If you throw all your money at Facebook first, you stand to lose. So if we take a look here, you'll see some of the facts that we've discovered. Now, as you can see on the screen here, we've helped just under 4,000 students in the last 2 years. And most of the students that have come in through our system have actually suffered with some of these problems. So these are some of the facts that we've discovered just by kind of working with our clients, working with our students. So the first one is that ad prices on Facebook have been increasing nearly 100% every single year over the last 5 years. And because of that, that means that generally there's 5 times as many people advertising. So obviously with the ad prices increasing by 500%, there's way too much competition. There's 5 times as many people. So there's pretty much a red ocean in most niches in what you go into. In 2019, 540,000 new businesses started online. And typically, if you look at the trends over the last 5 years, only 1% succeed. Obviously, don't take my word for any of this. Just go and check it out, and you can actually see for yourself, right? But most people do not place their product in front of actual buyers. In fact, most people don't know how to. And the ones that used to know how to with SEO on the front page of Google gave up years ago because Google was coming out of all these different penalty slaps. They had a panda, a penguin, and a hummingbird. And most people I know gave up on SEO years ago. And because of this, the first place everybody's directed when they come into marketing is go and put up a Facebook ad, right? And that's why I'm making this video specifically, so I can help you kind of combat that as a problem. Okay, and obviously the biggest problem is most people can't turn a profit. So I've got this side-by-side case study. So first of all, if you like my videos, please just give me a thumbs up, okay? Leave a comment down below. What have you tried in marketing? And have you had any success with Facebook? Have you had any failures? And also, if you see your name up here, right here now, then you actually yesterday won a prize. So just head over to the Facebook group, which is in the description, and you can claim your prize. And if you leave a comment today, in the next 24 hours, I will actually be awarding prizes. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll be notified every day we're coming out with new videos and new strategies. And I'm actually revealing some of my ninja strategies that we have inside our Affiliate Tube Success Academy. So here is our side-by-side case study. Now, this is actually a case study from an actual campaign that we ran. And we basically did the side-by-side. We actually placed some ads on Facebook, and we used our method to get free Google traffic And when a lot of people, when I show this to them, they get some massive aha moments, because they can see the difference between the two, right? You can kind of see on one side spending a fortune on ads, another side where the costs don't stack up. So Richard Branson discovered this concept in the 80s where he could protect the downside. Now, what actually happened was he was island hopping around islands in the British Virgin Isles with his wife Joan. I don't even think they were married at the time. And he was stranded, and he had to charter a plane to get home because all the planes were cancelled. And he had all these seats to fill up, so he wrote on a piece of card and he took it round the airport, with this big sort of like cut out piece of cardboard from a box with a felt tip pen, and he wrote on there, Virgin Airways $50 or $100 or whatever. And of course he was solving a massive problem for everyone, which is marketing 101, right? If you can solve a problem. And he basically managed to sell every single seat on his plane, and he pocketed a little bit of profit, but he obviously helped people get home. And as he was flying back to his home, he was like, I'm going to start an airline. Now, he'd been very interested in aviation. He used to do balloon flights. And as he went back to his record company, everybody was like up in arms. They were like, Richard, stick to what you know. Like, this is crazy, and this is kind of the way he works. If he gets inspired by something, he does it. And his best mate, who had grown up with, I think his name was Nick, quit the firm. He came back years later. He's thought he'd lost his marbles, but Richard was like, well, hang on a minute, guys, if I can protect the downside, we don't stand to bet the farm. And the record company was worth around 30 million at the time, which was roughly the same amount of price as a Boeing 747. So what he did was he actually got a directory of everybody at Boeing, and he literally sat down 9 to 5 calling everybody at Boeing until he could get that one person who agreed to hire him a plane for the first year. Never been done before. And he managed to do it. He hired a plane for the year, and at the end of that year, if it had have been a failure, obviously it wasn't, but if it had have been a failure, he could hand the plane back. Yes, he would have some costs in his marketing, but he wouldn't have to bet the farm, and his record company was still safe. He could play at being, running an airline in to all intents and purposes. He could give it a go, and he didn't have to stand to lose everything. And if you do that with Facebook ads, it's a bit like that. If you throw all your money at Facebook ads, you're betting the farm, okay? You're putting everything that you've got on your livelihood. A lot of people go into marketing, they say, go and take out credit cards, go and do this, go and do that. I never tell people to do that, okay? I always think it's more important for you to set the game up to win. And with what we've got with marketing now, we've never had an opportunity like this in the history of marketing where we're able to go and utilize some like incredible free services and get our marketing for free. Okay, so this is the case study, the side-by-side case study. So I'm going to talk you through this, and like I say, you'll get some massive aha moments. So what we're going to do is we're going to use my groundbreaking 24-hour ranking system. Now, if you create some authority and you put your products on the front page of Google using this authority method, then you'll be able to basically place them on there for free without spending a single penny. Okay, now if you want to go and find out my affiliate marketing for beginners guide, in there you'll actually see that there is a link, and there's actually a link in the description where you can go and get my course on how to do that. Okay, there are some costs involved obviously, but then you're protecting the downsides. Okay, you're not throwing all your money at Facebook ads. But this is the case side by side. So we're able to place products and services with this unique method on the front page of Google for free. Okay, so we would then start with an affiliate product. And the reason why affiliate marketing is a great place to get started is because you don't need to pay for inventory. You don't need to pay for premises. You don't need to pay for hardly anything. You can literally go and resource an affiliate product. And like I say, that video up there is going to show you how to do that. And then you can put it on the front page of Google. Okay, and using YouTube, we can rank YouTube videos on the front page of Google for free. Okay, so YouTube's free. The affiliate product is free. We have got no cost. We're protecting the downside. Okay, over on Facebook, for this exact example, we had to hire an agency, okay, because we're not very good at Facebook ads, so we hired an agency. Now, a decent agency now is going to cost you $5,000 and upwards, okay, per month. If they're charging you less, then they're learning, okay, because Facebook agencies know what they're worth and they're going to charge you that. But in this instance, this was a couple of years ago, we actually paid $2,000 for this agency, okay, which was actually not, it wasn't as high as it is now then. And this was actually not a bad agency. They were pretty good. Okay, so we've got this affiliate product. So our first cost, first cost with Facebook is our agency cost, right? Now, if you haven't got an agency cost, you're going to need to learn Facebook ads. So you can kind of like say $1,000, say, for a Facebook course. Okay, that's what it's going to cost you for a decent course, right? And then on top of that, you've got ad spend, right? Now, obviously, on the left-hand side, we don't spend any money on ads. We place them on the front page of Google for free. Okay, but on the right-hand side, okay, you've got to basically go and test out. You place that pixel, right, on your website and everywhere, and your agency now needs to go and start testing. Okay, so what they're going to do is they're going to test out. They're going to test out all your products, and they're going to test out audiences. Okay, so each one of your products, they're probably going to test out around 30 different audiences. Okay, and if you don't believe me, go and ask them. They'll tell you this is the only way that they do it. They're not, it's not a magic wand. They've got to basically give data to that pixel, and that pixel's going to start learning. Okay, so they're going to go and create all these audiences inside of Facebook, and they're going to test out all these audiences. Now, the minimum they're going to do this for is $5 a day. Now they tend to be doing it $10 a day, and they're going to do it for a minimum of 5 days, and they're not going to touch it. Okay, so this is going to cost you around $25. Okay, minimum. So nowadays probably $50 per audience. Okay, so they're going to be spending around $750 to $1,500 just testing out one product, and they're going to do this for every product you try and promote, right? So if you give them a new product, they've got to do exactly the same thing. Okay, and actually, if you work that out on a yearly basis, every time you do a product, that then starts to stack up on the right hand side here. You can see that that can be up to $274,000. So I'll just let that sink in for a minute, right? Over here, we're not spending a single penny, right? Okay. Now, what happens here is that we will go to this agency, and we will have a finite amount of money, most of us, okay? If you're a big company with a few million in the bank, then this will all start to work in a minute, you'll see. But you've got to, you've got to either have kahunas of steel, right? Or you've got to have the budget and the strategy in place. But most time people are getting burnt out, right? So this is the first product, okay? And then what happens is that once we've done our testing and we get a winning product, okay, we set the game up to win. We usually put up a few products a day, okay, to try and get to around $1,000. Now, if you set the game up properly, that is very, very doable, right? So if we get one winning product that makes us $1,000 a day profit, okay, and just to give you some sort of context here, because I'm not going into that on this video, is that, we would put up 10 to 30 videos to do this, okay? So we'd start with 10, and then we'll keep going until we hit this thing here. Now, don't forget, this is no different to what we would do on Facebook, because we're still going and testing out lots of different agents. We've got to test out 30 different audiences. So it's the same process, but we're just doing it for free, right? So if you think about this, right, we're going to get to a winning product. We're going to test out different things. We're going to be putting up different videos until we hit our $1,000 a day, okay? And if you go through that video there, you'll see that we set the game up to win. We do it so that we hit $100 profit. Okay, well, that's only 10 products a day from 10 to 30 videos. That's only 2 or 3 clicks a day per video. You can go and work it out, right? So this, so this is not that difficult to do. But the thing is that we can do it for free because we can get these on the front page of Google and leave them there. But over here, we have no idea how much we've had to spend before we get to that winning product, okay? But we do know that when we were setting this system up, we were spending $420. Now, this is the thing. This is why it's kind of a bit of a lie what people feed you on Facebook, right? That looks like a 2-to-1 ROI. Okay, I'm spending $420 to get $1,000 a day. That's a win. Okay, and Facebook agencies will brag about this figure. Okay, because they'll say, look, we're getting a 2-to-1 ROI. But they don't tell you, they call it return on ad spend. Okay, this is only return on ad spend. Doesn't include all the testing, doesn't include the agency fees. And they don't tell you that, right? So I'm not ragging on Facebook agencies, but of course they don't tell you that because they want you to go and hire them. But this is the reality. And if you ask them, they won't lie to you. They'll tell you that this is what they do, right? So that is the other thing, okay? And then if we wanted to, say, get 3 products to $1 million a year, okay, then basically we would just do the same process for each product, right? And again, if we wanted to basically replicate this would, and we were getting a 2-to-1 ROI in effect, right? Then we would be spending $420. So it looks like a 2-to-1 ROI, but look at the costs. Now, what happens over here, right, is that unless you plan out this marketing and you know these costs going in and you're prepared for them and you've got the money to back this up, okay, then what happens is the brain kicks in and it starts to basically tell you that this isn't working. Okay, and like I said, Facebook will work. Okay, Facebook's probably still the best scaling platform on the planet, but it's not the place to go when you start. The place to go when you start is to get some free business and then go and give your buyers list to Facebook and let Facebook's algorithm go, okay, I know where to place your ads. You're much more likely to succeed out the gate. You probably don't need an agency because it's quite basic. So you can cut out a lot of these costs, right? I would probably at this stage hire an agency, but you wouldn't need one. You could just go and say to go to the audiences and say, here's my buyers list, find me buyers, put up your ad, right? Really kind of basic stuff. But by this time, the brain, if you haven't planned this out, the brain's going to start kicking in and start saying to you, oh, okay, this isn't working. Okay, but it will work eventually, because as you'll see here, when we get to $1 million a year, if we actually got that far on this side, we'd have spent $750,000. And the next year on this side, it would be a lot less because Facebook's going to not have to spend all this money. So it would be a lot less. But wouldn't you rather basically get to this and look at the costs over here? We haven't spent a single penny. We've spent a bit of time. Okay, but you know, people think there's a myth that you're not going to spend time doing this. You're going to spend time and energy and you're going to stress over here, right? So there's hard work involved either way, but I guarantee you this is much, much easier and much more fun. And you can do so much more experimenting, targeting, and doing all sorts of funky stuff. So if you got value out of this video, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and go to see this next video now. This is going to give you some ninja places that you can get affiliate marketing products for free, some of the stuff we've never revealed, and yeah, don't forget to leave a comment down below and I'll announce a prize winner tomorrow. I'll see you then.